Hey guitar enthusiasts, welcome back. We're going to do a super fun song. We're going to do CCR's Fortunate Son. We're going to be doing some picking. We're going to be doing some strumming. This is going to rock. Let's get into the lesson. Now before I get into the intricacies of this song, I would consider this like a late beginner or even intermediate level song, especially if you're going to throw in some of these lead guitar picking parts that come in. It's definitely not a lesson for absolute beginners, but if you were a beginner, you could probably get away with just strumming along to the verses and the choruses. So I'll give you some options, but just as a heads up, this is probably a little bit more towards late beginner to early intermediate. So let's get started with the intro section of this song. So the easy way to play this if you're a beginner is just to sit on a G. All you have to do is sit on a G chord. Very, very simple. But if you want to spice it up and you want to take it to the next level, we're going to be working on the actual picking for this. So there's this cool little lead guitar section, and this is much easier on an electric to play than an acoustic, but I've got my acoustic and my electric is on the wall. So we're just going to play on the acoustic. So we're going to be starting on the G string at the 2nd fret. And I'm going to use my 2nd finger, and there's a reason. So we're going to be the 2nd fret, okay? And we're going to slide up to the 4th fret. All right, so it's 1 pick, 2 notes. So you're going to slide really fast, 2 to 4. And we're gonna, this is why I'm using my 2nd finger, because we're gonna pick the 3rd fret of the 1st string immediately after that. So it's gonna be ba ba da bum. There, hear that? Okay, so that is the first part. The next part is we're gonna go from the 1st fret sliding into the 2nd fret. And then we're gonna pick the 1st fret on the bottom string. So it's so far we've got 2 sliding into 4, picking the 1st string 3rd fret, 1 sliding into 2, picking that 1st string 1st fret. So we've got, okay, so that's the first part of this song. The next part is we're going to start on the 3rd fret of the 4th string. I believe it's the 4th string, yes. 3 sliding to 5. And I'm going to use my 3rd finger to get the 5th fret on the B string. So it's, and then we're going to do that same slide again, 3 to 5. I'm going to use my 1st finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Okay, so we've got the 1st slide, 3 to 5, and then 5th fret on the B string, 3 to 5 again, and then the 3rd fret on the B string. So that part is really quick if I get the right string. Oh. And then we've got 1st fret on the A string, 3rd fret on the G string. Now that might be a bit much. I don't know if the actual guitar player plays that or the bass player. It's probably the guitar player. But if we throw this all together, it's gonna sound like this. It's gonna be, and I'll play it a little bit slow. Hear it? So again. All right, so that is how our intro is. So again, it's going to be really quick. The slide, 2 to 4. 1 to 2. 3 to 5. All right, so that is our intro. If you want to try playing that instead of just strumming a G chord for 10 measures, you can do that. So once again, just one more time before we hop off this. 2 sliding into 4, 1 sliding into 2, 3 sliding into 5, again 3 sliding into 5, and then bum bum. So there you go. There's your intro. Let me just go on for a little bit of a close-up just so you guys can see exactly what my fingers are doing. All right, here's the close-up. And if you have your guitar strings are not clean, be prepared to end up with my finger here. You can see the black on it, dirty fingers. So we're going to be sliding 2 into 4. Okay, and then 1st finger's reaching down, 3rd fret on the bottom string, then 1 sliding into 2, 1st finger reaching down, 1st fret, bottom string, then 4th string, 3rd to 5th, using the 3rd finger to get the 5th fret on the B string, and then same slide, 3 to 5, 1st finger on the B string, 3rd fret, and then we've got 1st fret on A, 3rd fret on G. So one more time, we've got So real quick, guys, I just want to talk about the timing of that part. So it basically, each lick is played at the 1 beat of the new chord. So we got, or it's all G, but it's played on the 1 beat. So we got 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, and, all right, you hear that? So this part comes in really quick. So it's 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, and, or 3 and. So we're actually going to get to start using some chords here, all right, outside of just a G chord. So the chord progression for this verse is going to be G, F, C, G, and then it repeats that again, G, F, C, G. That's our chord progression. Very, very simple, all right? So what we're going to do is we're going to use power chords. You can use the full open chords. If you know open chords, it'll work out just as well too, but it's CCR, it's a rock song. Let's use power chords, okay? So we're going to start off with the G chord here. And you can just, if you know full bar chords, you can play full bar chords too. But the rhythm we're going to be playing is a little bit of a syncopated rhythm. So for the most part, what I hear in the rhythm, there's 2 different types of rhythms. And they kind of mix between the 2, but in the verses, I hear more of one. In the chorus, I hear more of the other. So let's do the first strumming pattern. So it's going to be 1, all right, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. So it's all down strum. So it's going to be 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. You got it? So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. All right? So there's no down strum on 2, and there's no down strum on 3. So it's a very syncopated rhythm. So we've got 1, 1 and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1 and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1 and 2, and 3, and 4, and. Okay? And I'm also releasing the pressure on my strings to make the rhythm hop a little bit. Hear that? So see how the ringing stops? So when I did that first strum, I just released. So if you let go of the pressure on the strings, it'll release. So I'm kind of cutting off the rhythm just a little bit on that first strum short. So we got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So I'm kind of releasing the pressure when I get to that second beat. So it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you see I release the pressure. 1 and release, 2 and release, and 4 and. So it's going to sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Hear that? It's kind of like this percussive rhythm. Super, super cool. A little bit more in the intermediate realm. If you are a beginner, just do straight up eighth notes. It won't matter. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, or use your open chords and do eighth note strumming. That's fine too. So if we play through this verse, it's going to be C power chord. Very, very, very cool sounding. So we do that twice through our verse. We're just going G, F, C, G. And then we're going to jump into our chorus. So let's see what rhythm we're going to use here. Chorus, we eliminate the F chord, which might be a yay for some of you beginner players. We're just going G, D, C, G. Okay? G, D, C, G, and then we're repeating that again. G, D, C, G. The strumming pattern we're going to use is very, very, very similar to what we just did. We're just adding one strumming pattern, or we're just adding one strum, not pattern, into the mix. So it's going to be 1 and 4 and. So we're just adding one extra down, so it's going to be. Can you hear that? Hear that? Good. And then we go to C. Okay, so you can hear that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 4 and 1 and 4 and 1 and 4 and. So if I play through this chorus, it's going to be G, D, C, G. D. Super cool sounding. Like I said, it's not very different than what we did in the verse, and if you listen carefully towards the end of that first verse, you'll hear that strumming pattern starting to come in, but I figured it'd be easier just to separate them. But you can interchange between either of them. Do what you want because we have another really cool part coming in for our bridge. So let's talk about that. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying this lesson so far. We're doing some really cool strumming here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you can see when I have more lessons just like this come out. So let's get into that bridge. So we have another verse that goes by, another chorus, and then we have a bridge. And our bridge is basically an A chord. It's an A augmented chord, a D chord, an A chord, and then you repeat that again. A augmented, D, and A. Don't worry about the augmented chord because we're going to be playing a little lick over this section, okay? So let's talk about what we're going to be playing. So we're going to be starting, we're mostly going to be playing on the B string and the G string, and we're going to be using 2 notes. So we'll be playing both of those strings at the same time. We're going to start at the 6th fret with our first finger on the B string, and the 7th fret with our second finger on the G string. You're going to play them together. Very cool, like dissonant sound. And then we're going to slide that back to 5 and 6. So 5 with the first finger, 6 with the second finger. So that's our next one. So the first one is. And now what we're going to do is we're going to play 5 and 6 together, but we're going to slide it all the way down to 1 and 2. Hear that? So we got all right, and then we're going to play 1 and 2 again, and then one more time and slide up to 3 and 4. So we're just maintaining this shape. I'm not moving my fingers, I'm just sliding them along the strings, okay? So we're going to start at 6 and 7. So whichever finger you want to track with, either pick your first finger and track along that. So you would be playing 6, 5, 5, 1, 1, 1, 3, or track with your second finger, whichever you prefer. I think I like to track with my lead finger, the one that's in front. So that one would track 7, 6, 6, 2, 2, 2, 4. All right, so we're going to put them together. So we're going to play 6 and 7, 5 and 6, 5 and 6, sliding down to the first and second frets, and then play it again. Play it one more time, and then slide up to 3 and 4, and then we just repeat that again. So it's. Hear it? Bum, 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 bum. One more time. 6 and 7. Bum, bum, super cool. Love that. It only plays it twice in the actual song, but feel free to play it as many times as you need to get it under your thumbs. Fingers, not thumbs. Either way. Hey guys, if you really are enjoying this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. Let's wrap up the song. Okay, so let me try playing through a little bit of this. I'll try doing a verse and a chorus, and hopefully I don't get hit with copyright, but if I do, I'm gonna have to cut this section of the video out, but hopefully they let it stand. So let's see what we got. We're gonna start at a G chord, and our strumming pattern was 1 and 4 and. So we got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Some folks will, sometimes I gotta get the rhythms under my fingers. There we go. Some folks will run and wave the flag. Oh, the red, white, and blue. So just to give you a little bit of an example of what it sounds like. And I probably didn't switch between the strumming patterns, but sometimes when you're singing and playing, I just do whatever my brain goes towards, so the muscle memory. But there you go, super, super cool song. We got lots of cool strumming, couple little cool picking parts. So work your way through on this, have lots of fun with it. YouTube's gonna pop up a couple more videos over here. Go check those out. Remember, if you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you can see more videos just like this one. I'll see you guys in another lesson video.